Hello everyone and welcome to Claret and Booze. My name's Nick. We just watched West Ham get not just beaten by Rennes 3-1, completely outplayed as well. Wasn't planning on doing a video today. Wasn't really expecting a win. Wasn't really expecting a performance. So I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, look, I'm not angry. I'm not angry because this is just a continuation, and I'm well aware that it's a pre-season friendly and you can't take anything from it. Season starts in 2 weeks, right? Starts in 2 weeks. And yes, I know, the Avram Grant season, we won every game before that season started. And look, we got relegated. You can't take nothing from it. What you can take from it is that we were shit in the league. Well, we have been for about 18 months. We narrowly escaped relegation last season. And now we've lost our best player, and he's not been replaced. Look, before I get into this rant, please drop a like on the video because it does really, really help us. And if you're new to the channel round here, please subscribe because it does really help us. Yeah, look, it was crap. It was crap. The football was the same, Rennes started with a bit of a high press. We were struggling. We didn't know what we were doing. We struggled to string more than 2 passes together. Without Paqueta in that team, trying to do things on his own, sort of little magical flicks and stuff like that, there would have been nothing to watch. I would say Danny Ings looked okay. People will probably disagree. I'm not criticising Obama, by the way, but I think Ings probably looked the tidiest of the 3 strikers that we saw. Bowen looked off it a little bit, although he was lively when he first came on. Fornals was anonymous because he was playing out on the right fucking wing. Souček was just Souček, but look, he got his goal, so that's him secure now for the next 38 games. He'll definitely get the captain's armband, won't he? We scored from a set piece, Emerson into Souček. It's the only way we're going to score, let's face it. We ain't scoring from open play, not very often. The football's crap. Nothing has changed. We've got no coaches, okay? We haven't spent any money. We've lost our best player. All the ball are doing is they're just low-balling bids for David Moyes' targets. Now, look, I'm going to say this now. I don't think it's going to make any difference who we sign. With David Moyes at the helm, playing this style of football, we're not going to be any better. We might be a little bit more solid in central midfield, but we're not getting a Declan Rice replacement. Souček's pretty much nailed on to start every fucking game. So we need a Declan Rice replacement, but we ain't going to get one. We're going to get a one in, one out. Someone's going to come in. And heaven forbid that's James Ward-Prowse because he's the most immobile player going. So that will probably mean Souček dropping back to a CDM, which he ain't very good at because he can't read the game. So that isn't going to work. Downs and Souček didn't really work today. It didn't work at all. Downs didn't carry Souček as well as what Rice did, to be expected. I just thought it was crap. I'm going to get onto some other bits and pieces after as well, and that's a reaction from our fans and a reaction to our supporters that look a bit concerned and are a little bit upset as well by the usual fucking troll accounts on Twitter, one of whom I've had to block just now for calling West Ham fans scum. So, yeah, I don't want us to spend any money now. I don't. I'm going to say it now. I've been getting frustrated, wanted us to bring in a few players, but with the players that we've been linked with, I'm looking beyond David Moyes now. I don't want us spending this money. I don't want David Moyes getting his wish. He's only focused on this season now, trying to save his job. He will spend 100 million to buy himself another fucking 6 months. That's what he'll do. We can't do it. I don't want us to spend, and there's no point spending money on these other targets. I know we've got this kid who's apparently about to sign, but signings like that are pointless because Moyes won't use them at the moment. It is pointless. So hold on to that money, okay? Hold on to that money, and let's see if it's been Declan Rice that has been delivering this relative success for the last 3 years, or whether it's David fucking Moyes. Because personally, this has always been my take. David Moyes has ridden on the coattails of an emerging world-class talent that has been determined to make a name for himself. And he's papered over every fucking crack. That's what he's done. Now we're going into this season, we haven't got that. We really haven't got it. Okay? And let's see how David Moyes does. We shouldn't be so fucking hamstrung and shit. Moyes has spent about 350 million. He spent a fortune. He spent a fortune. We should be fine losing one player. We should be all right. It shouldn't be the end of the world. If you look through our squad, we've got some good players there. We have. I know we're a bit lighter than what we were in central midfield, but we have got some good players. David Moyes should be all right. We ain't trying to win the fucking league here. We're not trying to get in the top 4. We ain't going to get in the top 4. And Scott McTominay ain't going to get us in the top 4. So do you know what? Let's see how David Moyes does without his little, like I say, without Declan Rice. Let's see how he does. And we know how he's going to do. We know it. He'll be gone in 5 fucking games. That's the way I see it. I think that we will. It will go terribly. Like I say, Rennes were playing at half pace. They completely outplayed us. Okay, they're nothing compared to the Premier League teams that we're going to be facing. And we know there's confirmed discontent now behind the scenes. Even Aaron Cresswell has got an issue with West Ham at the minute. Okay, there are so many problems at that club. Jared Bowen, he's got 2 years left. I know that X has just released that we're trying to tie these players down now on contracts. Of course we are, including Souček. We're that desperate now. We know that Souček will only sign a 100 grand a week deal. We're negotiating with Souček now, so it looks like he might get his wish. He'll stay. Great. Whoopie fucking do. Bowen, 2 years left. No extension clause, no unilateral extension clause in his contract. He hasn't got one. So he has 2 years left. As it stands at the moment, he's refused to sign 2 contracts that were put on the table for him. Because why would he sign? Why would he? Apart from the fact he's with Danny Dyer, you know? But this is his career. You know, he's a great, great player. He's got 2 years left. He's playing for a manager who we know whose style he doesn't agree with because he was one of the players that spoke out last year internally. That has been confirmed to us. We know he's not overly happy with the style. We know that manager has been retained, but not only retained, he's been kept here on a 12-month deal. Who would sign a long-term contract in such an uncertain situation? I wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do that. So that means that we're likely, by retaining David Moyes, we're going to have less negotiating power with the likes of Jared Bowen to get him to commit, which means that we'll keep him this season. But by not selling him this summer, we're going to have to take a massive hit on him in 12 months if he doesn't sign a new contract. Because he'll have a year left. Or we let him run that year down and go for free. What do? We're in a fucking mess. He's probably our best player, Bowen. So this is such an absolute clusterfuck, what is happening at West Ham. We've still got no coaches. Moyes is putting out the cones by himself. It's a mess. The Guardian as well, Jacob Steinberg, has basically confirmed what we've been saying for ages. He's been talking to his sources and he's confirmed that Stuyton and Moyes can't agree on targets and it's a mess behind the scenes. We all knew that anyway. We all knew it was going to happen and then we knew it happened because we got the information that we got. Now Steinberg's fucking confirmed it with an absolutely horrendous piece that he's written in the Observer, I think it was, the Guardian, where he's painted. He ain't padded it out. It is. He's just painted a picture as to how it is. It's a bit Moyes heavy for me. You know, he's saying that we should be backing him to a degree. No, I don't agree with that. Don't agree with that at all. That's not the way we should be going. But no, I don't know. I don't want to signing any players. I'm going to say it again. Let's just fucking go into this season. I'll tell you what. Let's do it. This is what David Sullivan wanted. He backed him. He backed this man. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how David Moyes does without Declan Rice next season. Let's see how great Moyes is. Okay? He'll be gone in 5 fucking games. He will be. And he can't complain about, we ain't got Declan Rice. He's an academy product, mate. You've known he's been leaving for 18 months. We should have signed his replacement last year. We should have signed him in January. We should have signed him before we sold him in this window, because then you're not left in the situation that you're in where you've just hardball negotiated a £100 million deal to sell him, and then you're going out there trying to get bargains. We all lost our shit when Arsenal came in with a 60 million plus 10 million bid for Declan Rice, which was 70% of the asking price of what we was asking for. Well, we've just gone in for 3 players. Maguire, Man United want 40 million. Yeah, take 20. No. Same with McTominay. And then James Ward-Prowse. We've gone in for 17 million plus 3 million add-ons for a player that they want 40 million pound for. Now, look, I'm not saying that these players are worth what these clubs are asking. They're not. I don't want these fucking players. But it's up to them. They're their players. If that's the asking price, we can't start crying and saying, oh, they're asking for too much money. Of course you can't. We've just made Arsenal pay, I swear, about 50 million too much. Declan Rice is not a £100 million player. He's not, okay? A great player. He ain't a £100 million player. You know, maybe 60 million at a push. So we got to expect the same treatment. We have. Everyone knows we're desperate as well. Moyes is desperate. That's why he wants to go out and try and find a Rice replacement. He knows how important he is. He wants to go out there and find a ready-made Premier League player. And that's another thing and all. I keep hearing ready-made Premier League. It's got to be Premier League. This is absolute nonsense. Honestly. It ain't Premier League ready. It's playing style. Danny Ings was Premier League ready. He came into West Ham. Can't play Moyes ball. You've got to, if you want someone to come in and slot in straight away, you need to find someone from somewhere, from some team that play the same archaic shit fucking football that we play. Otherwise, it's going to be a shock to their system. It's going to be a shock to Declan Rice's system going to play for Arsenal, who actually play football with the ball. He ain't going to be used to it. So there's no guarantees. Going out there getting a Premier League player ain't guaranteed. It's identifying the right type of player. It is. And I'm seriously, I'm gonna be upset if we sign fucking McTominay or James Ward-Prowse now. I am, because it ain't gonna work. Nothing's gonna work. It's gonna be shit next year anyway. With these types of signings, it actually is. That type of football is what we're going to be watching throughout the whole of fucking next season. 100%. 1 week it'll work. 2 weeks it won't work. It's going to be like that. It's going to be drip tool shut. It's going to be crap. We're going to be heavily reliant on set pieces. That's where the majority of our goals have come from in pre-season, even in Australia. That's where the majority of our goals are coming from. That's what we're focusing on. That's why we want James Ward-Prowse. That is where our goals. That's going to be our strategy. Is going to be to sit 10 men behind the ball and just look for smashing grabs all season. And it makes my piss boil to watch West Ham play that way. Such a small-minded way. To watch my team, you're watching 2 teams play football. You're watching one team go out on that pitch trying to play football. Their game by design is to try and win it. How can we break down the opposition? How can we create, passages of play to score goals? David Moyes' game plan is, how can we stop that from happening? Stop it. We're spoilers. Our entire game plan is about stopping the opposition and trying to shit out a goal. I've fucking had enough of it and I don't want to watch it anymore. I am sorry. It's not just boring, it's soul-sucking and it's embarrassing. I don't want to watch it. It's small football. Stoke fucking City football. It ain't the football of a proper Premier League club. It really isn't. I'm sick of it. So there's your fucking rant. I've had enough. I've been saying, honestly, it's amazing. I know it's stupid. In retrospect, I'm sitting here thinking it was just a friendly, Nick. It was just a friendly, but no, it's just a fucking reminder. It's a reminder. I've been quite relaxed for a few weeks, but now the football's coming back, and we know what we're going to be fucking watching. Anyway, look, that's it from me. Yeah, I'm not ranting anymore. Until next one. All right, come on, you ones.